Allora, bella a tutti ragazzi e bentornati sul nostro canale per questo nuovo gameplay di NOIRE, il poliziesco che ci intriga. Torniamo ovviamente, dobbiamo andare ovviamente in una nuova scena del crimine, area boscosa in cui è stata ritrovata la vittima dell'omicidio. Andiamo alla prossima scena del crimine. Comunque, il caso del serial killer ancora non è stato risolto, anche perché ci ha inviato delle lettere, diciamo minatorie, sì, con delle strane poesie, però diciamo che ancora il serial killer delle donne nude ancora non l'abbiamo scoperto. Perciò non lo so, vediamo. E comunque niente, per il momento no, il gioco mi piace, sta andando avanti con il gameplay, è molto interessante.
First the letter, and now another body. Come on, you can't keep on telling me there's not a killer still out there.
You know, Phelps, all these arrests and the record are giving you a reputation. You don't want them turning into unsolved.
Getting a vicious killer off the streets is more important than my reputation.
Really?
And besides, landing a big fat marlin is more important.
Godetevi questo nuovo gameplay di NOIRE. E comunque non so se stasera o domani dovrei portare una nuova serie sul canale, ma non lo so, vediamo un po'. Scena del crimine, prossima scena del crimine.
Phelps and Galloway, homicide.
Scene secure. The rest of the patrolmen are going door to door, canvassing for witnesses.
Thanks. Keep me informed.
Will do, Detective.
This looks awfully familiar.
I think that's the impression the boys from the Examiner took with them as well.
There's nothing original under the sun. Why should murder be any different?
What do we have so far?
Not much trace evidence to speak of. Storm blew in around 10 last night, and the rain washed most of it away.
And the body?
Looks like she was tipped out of an automobile from the tire tracks and superficial injuries. Strangled with a length of rope. And for my money, it's triple braid again.
Time of death?
From her temperature, maybe 2 a.m., but it was cold last night.
Usual head injuries.
Blunt force trauma. Knock him over the head, then strangle and
Come
mutilate.
sempre,
No message.
però stavolta non è nuda,
At least she was
infatti,
left
nessun
clothed.
messaggio.
I doubt very much he was concerned with her dignity.
The green silk dress is very distinctive. Any sign of her other shoe?
No. And no handbag or other personal effects.
E va bene, continuano. Aspetta, che cos'è?
Doesn't give me anything to go on.
Allora.
No drag marks. Killer was moving around, surveying the scene. There appears to be a dry cleaning label. Superior Laundry Services, F1363.
L'etichetta della lavanderia, d'accordo. Manica a destra, c'è niente di rilevante? Non c'è niente di rilevante. Non c'è niente di nuovo. Non mi fa vedere altro? No, non mi fa vedere altro. I pneumatici.
Our driver and our killer are most likely one and the same. Advice?
We still got the laundry label to check off.
Infatti bisogna verificare la lavanderia, esatto, non mi ho trovato sul biglietto della lavanderia. La lavanderia? O l'ho controllata la lavanderia? controllata la lavanderia, che devo fare? Questa chi è ora?
Detective, I've been working the houses across the street and up the block. This lady thinks she has something for us.
Detective Phelps, LAPD.
I'm Mrs. Barton, Catherine Barton. I live just across the way.
Ok, persone sospette.
Did you see anyone around here last night?
Not last night, but yesterday, early evening, I saw that awful hobo.
Sounds like he has the matrons of the neighborhood running scared.
He certainly does. He seems to hold court up here. He likes it up on this hill. You should do something about it.
Thank you, ma'am. You've been a big help.
Of course. Anything I can do to help. I'd hate to think that something so ghastly could happen right here and nothing be done about it.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need an address on Superior Laundry Services.
Just a moment. Superior Laundry Services, 1260 West 1st Street.
Can you track down reports of hobo camps in the vicinity of Signal Hill?
Just a moment, Detective. There's a large camp under the bridge on Grand between Temple and Sunset.
Thanks for your help.
Ok, allora bisogna scegliere se andare o all'accampamento dei barboni o alla lavanderia. Ma per me la lavanderia non è che ci può indicare tanto. Io proverei l'accampamento dei barboni. Sì, dai, proviamo l'accampamento dei barboni. Tanto uno vale l'altro, tanto comunque.
You can drive. I think we ought to investigate the hobo lead.
Well, if you think
Voglio
we ought
seguire la
to,
pista
then I
del
guess we
vagabondo.
ought.
Non penso che la lavanderia sia rilevante per il caso. Comunque, io proverei l'accampamento dei vagabondi. Eccoci qua, accampamento dei barboni.
I fought with my wife. Then nobody cares.
We're looking for a tall man with a disfigured face. You know him?
Huh? What? I fought in 2 wars, you know, son. I think I earned some peace and quiet.
The bum isn't here. We should follow the lead. These guys can wait.
Calling you stupid would be an insult to stupid people.
I ain't had any
What's
real
your beef
challenge
with this
in weeks.
guy, Phelps?
Want another accommodation? Sam has taken me to Palm Springs for the weekend.
Why is the word abbreviation so long?
At least the rain stopped. You can change back into those white trucks.
E niente, non mi dice niente la lavanderia, no? Madonna.
Phelps, leave him be. You know the way. You can drive.
No message.
Excuse me?
There's no message.
Where?
On the Vic. The last bodies had something.
Perché tutte le altre vittime sono state trovate nude, questa invece non era nuda, era vestita e non aveva alcun messaggio sul corpo. Come sempre corpo contundente alla testa, sempre le solite cose, gioielli mancanti, borsetta mancante come sempre, però non c'era nessun messaggio proprio. Tanto di Barboni non c'era nessuna pista. Inutile stare.
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. We're investigating a case and one of your laundry labels came up. F1363.
If you give me a minute, I'll go find a register and you can take a look. You take a look for yourself. I've got clothes that need pressing.
You wrote the number down on that dress, is it there?
Aspetta. Come cazzo era? F? Aspetta, indizi. Com'era? Quello lì? L'etichetta della lavanderia. F1363, F1363. F1355, eccoli qua, 1363. Eccole qua.
Mrs. T. Terrellson, 43 Emerald Street, Westlake.
Perfetto. Andiamo a indagare. Allora, prima devo selezionare la destinazione. No. Donna O. Luoghi. Oh, 43 Emerald Street.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
I've got a feeling we're about to meet another.
Hello? Yes?
Detectives Phelps and Galloway. Is your wife home, sir?
My wife went out last night and she hasn't come home.
Can you describe your wife and what she was wearing?
We were out at a friend's place, Bobby Ross's, for a party. She was kind of dolled up. She had her green silk dress, open-toed white shoes. Those are her favorite shoes.
Can we come in, Mr. Terrellson? I'm afraid we have some rather bad news. Do you have someone who can look after your children, Mr. Terrellson?
I've been trying to arrange a sitter. Look, tell me what's happened.
I'm afraid your wife was murdered last night. Her body was found this morning. We're very sorry for your loss. I know this is a difficult time, Mr. Terrellson, but we are going to need you to answer some questions. First, we're going to take a look around.
What for? You don't think that...
Procedure.
È la procedura.
You see to your girls.
Stay here till Daddy's finished talking to these men.
Where's Mommy?
Everything's gonna be all right, sweetheart.
We would like Mommy to come home now, Daddy.
What's the problem, Terrellson? Let him search. You got nothing to hide. You want to hear something funny, Terrellson? Some bums think filling out a missing persons report actually rules him out as a suspect.
doesn't tell me anything. I doubt it.
Need to check if she was a regular.
I wonder why the picture was turned down. Baron's bar again. Someone must be real sweet on this dive.
If you'd excuse me, ladies. Lars was out in the rain last night. So she went out without her handbag? She'd have to be in quite a state to leave this behind. At least she was spared that particular indignity. You can see if Pinker can match the impression of the crime scene. I'll be out of your way momentarily, ladies. Operator, give me dispatch.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, batch 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Can you run an address for a Bobby Ross? Then send some uniforms over.
Would you like him picked up?
No. Suspect says he was with Ross last night. We need to confirm the alibi.
I'll get a prowl car dispatched.
Thanks, ma'am. For the record, Mr. Tarleton, what is your wife's name?
Teresa.
Do you have any idea why anyone would want to hurt your wife?
No. Everyone loved Teresa. She was so full of life. It can't be anyone who knew her.
For the record, Tarleton, did you kill your wife?
Oh my God. No. I didn't kill my wife. And fuck you for suggesting it.
You said you went to a party at Bobby Ross's place?
That's right. Bobby had a bunch of people over. We were having a good time. She said she was bored and decided to leave.
You let your drunk wife leave the party and go off on her own?
Look, I was angry. I was having a good time. She has to go and ruin it. We always have to do what she wants to do. Last night she wanted to go dancing.
Any idea where?
Where she always goes. Bar down in North Beaudry Avenue. Baron's bar. She goes there, drinks too much, gets maudlin, and calls me. I go and bring her home.
Mr. Tarleton, was Teresa happy at home?
Yeah, I think she was.
Spill it, Tarleton. We like the look of you for this, so you better give us something.
We're at the party. She has a few and says she wants to go out dancing. We only have the sitter until 9. I get mad. I tell her to go ahead, but I'm staying. She storms out. Look, I'm doing well at cards. I hardly ever do well. I married her because she was so much fun, but now she drives me fucking crazy.
What time did she leave the party?
About 8:30, maybe a little earlier.
When was the last time you saw your wife?
Around 8:30. The card game at Bobby's was wrapping up. I played out my hand and drove home here. Paid the sitter and went to bed.
You're lying, Lars. You didn't come straight home, did you?
And how do you figure that?
You were out in the rain. You got soaked, Lars. We found your wet weather gear.
Okay, I stayed a little later than I said. This cute little brunette was hitting on me. Teresa noticed. I was half cut. I walked her home from Bobby's, but nothing happened. I walked back and got the car this morning.
Thanks for answering our questions, Mr. Tarleton. You'll need to go downtown to identify your wife's body.
I should have taken her dancing.
In my experience, Mac, you give in to broads, you'll be giving in to them your entire life.
Appreciate your time, sir.
You believe this guy's story?
Kind of rings true.
Can you drive to this one?
Non lo so, c'è scarponi infangati. La giacca è bagnata, perciò lì c'è stato l'acquazzone. Tracce di pneumatici, però staremo a vedere. Vediamo al bar cosa dicono.
Everyone's a dog. Gents, drink?
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD.
I'm Benny Clough. This about Teresa Tarleton?
Yes, it is.
I heard about it on the radio. They're saying it was that Black Dahlia freak again? God damn it. Yeah, I rang that husband of hers. The babysitter said he was out.
If you don't mind, we have a few questions.
Ultimo contatto con la vittima.
What time did Teresa leave?
Around 10:30, I think.
We don't have time for you to be making guesses. What time was it exactly?
Hey, give me a break. I don't remember it to the second.
Who was she with? We've had reports about a tall, gaunt-looking hobo. He wasn't here last night?
I get plenty of bums in here, but nothing to fit that description.
The likelihood is that whoever she left here with killed her. Give it up, Benny.
All right, 2 creeps were all over her, promising to take her dancing.
You get a good look at these guys?
Sure. I got a good look. One of them was a sailor in uniform. His cap said USS Indiana.
And the other man?
The other guy is Richard Bates. He's sitting in the back right now. Red polo shirt.
Thank you for your help, Mr. Clough. We'll take it from here.
Hey, no problem.
This is Bates.
That's him.
LAPD, don't make me chase you, shitbird. Can't let the son of a bitch get away. Go, Phelps, get after it. Come on, got a ride. Get in and drive. I thought you were gonna leave me there.
Who knows what this guy will pull when he's cornered? We could have a killer on our hands.
Niente, adesso vado a pescarlo, che c'è qui. È fuggito, cazzo, come cazzo faccio? Ma vaffanculo allora, che inseguimenti del
God
cazzo.
damn it, get after him, Cole.
I thought you were gonna leave me there.
Who knows what this guy will pull when he's cornered? We could have a killer on our hands.
Hit him. Clean this asshole off the road. Don't go to sleep on me. Get me back in close.
I don't think the killer would be kicking back.
Oh, porca, ma proprio la tua pompa di benzina dovevo... Ma cazzo, ma tutti a me, cazzo. Preciso la pompa di benzina dovevo chiappare, ma vaffanculo. Dai, ma questi inseguimenti, non li sopporto sti inseguimenti di merda.
God damn it, get after him, Cole.
I thought you were gonna leave me there.
Who knows what this guy will pull when he's cornered? We could have a killer on our hands.
Hit him, Cole. Spin him out.
Madonna, oh, te muovi, macchina di merda.
Would be kicking back in the bar where he met the victim.
Listen, a creature of habit is your killer. For some reason, they're sticklers for routine.
Hit him. Clean this asshole off the road. I'll try to shoot out his tire. Wish me luck.
Let's end this farce.
All right, you got me. I've had enough. Show me your hands.
Che cazzarola.
Okay, Bates. You're gonna answer some questions.
I have a choice in this.
Last night, you went drinking with a lady in the bar. Now she's dead, and your face is all messed up.
I'm in the clear on that. She preferred a sailor. You could lay it off on him. Are we finished?
Col cazzo.
Do you want my partner to sap you? Tell us what we want to know.
She was okay. Drunk. Pissed off at her old man, wanting to go dancing. I thought I'd ply her with a few drinks and get my end away. Looks like your Salty had the same idea.
So what happened when you left the bar?
Sailor boy laid one on me. A cheap shot. After that, I don't know.
You've done time, haven't you, Richard? Is that why you ran?
I'm on parole.
On what offense?
Sexual assault. Look, I was lying there on the sidewalk. He flags a cab and jumps in with the broad.
We're taking you in, Bates.
How come?
Just for a chat. Nice private chat. I'll explain my theory of once a degenerate, always a degenerate.
Take him to Central. He's a material witness in a murder case. Find him a cozy cell.
Richard here knows the drill.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Any messages for me?
Just a second. You have one new message from Lieutenant Fleischer. Bartender Billy Clough reports victim Teresa Terrelson last seen entering the yellow cab
numero 3591.
Can you have an APB put out on that vehicle? We'll need all sightings relayed to car 11K.
Sure, Detective. I'll radio dispatch now.
Were there any incident reports filed in the vicinity of Barron's Bar on North Beaudry Avenue? We're tracking a sailor who was involved in a fight outside the bar.
I can check the reports, Detective. I have a message for you from Captain Donnelly. Message reads, James Jessup, U.S. Navy able seaman, has information relevant to your case. Jessup is
È
currently
trattenuto
being
alla
detained.
centrale, bene, andiamo alla centrale.
Could be our man. Thank you.
Ok. Tombo, andiamo alla centrale.
You're behind the wheel.
Forza, 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 bisogna incastrare il nostro uomo. E il marinaio è lui per forza, cioè dai, cazzarola. Cioè, se ne è stato lui è per forza il marito, perché vedrai, ci sono altri testimoni. Quell'altro ha detto che è stato steso con un cazzotto e è salita col marinaio sul taxi, perciò vedrai per forza quello.
He's in an interview too.
Thanks. What do you make of it?
Sailor on furlough who looks like he's in trouble and knows it.
Cazzo è? Dove cazzo devo andare, Maremma?
The only reason some people get lost in thought is
Madonna, ma dov'è, Dio santo? Che palle quando è così, oh. Dove devo andare? Ma io non abito. Ma perché non riesco mai a capire dove devo andare? No. Allora, vaffanculo. Cazzo devo andare?
Detectives Phelps and Galloway. We know why you're here, Jessup, so it would be best if you answered our questions truthfully.
I don't want any trouble, that's why I'm here. I heard on the radio about this lady getting killed. I got leave from my CO to come down straight away.
So why did you kill her?
I didn't kill anyone. Look, you need to believe me.
Let's start at the beginning. You had a fist fight with Richard Bates over Mrs. Terrellson.
You met the guy? He's a creep. You should take a look at him for this.
He's pointing the finger directly at you, Jessup.
I only had one night before I was back in the tub. He had all the time in the world to look for some action. I belted him. I'd do it again. She was better off with me.
Sure. You're a shining example of chivalry, Jessup. You went to Barron's Bar. What time did you arrive?
I got a 24-hour pass. I got there around 7.
That's where you met Teresa Terrellson?
Sure. We had a couple of drinks.
You're lying to me, Jessup. I think you weren't having much luck and you decided to take it out on Mrs. Terrellson.
That's not true. What makes you think I wanted to hurt her?
Quale sarà? Boh.
I'm no John Paul Jones, but I'm no heel either.
If your story doesn't check out, Jessup, we're hanging you out to dry. Can you put the guy in 2 in a cell and inform the commander?
Sure, Detective. Got a message for you. Sighting of your disfigured hobo on Grand between Temple and Sunset. And it looks like the Beau has a record, too. He's wanted in connection with 2 female assaults.
Thanks.
Torniamo un'altra volta all'accampamento, che palle. Oh, ma perché sbaglio sempre, Dio santo?
You can drive.
Three suspects in the can and one on the hook. Still no hard evidence on any of them.
Sotto 3 sospetti, nessuno è stato. Ma vaffando. Che casi di merda proprio ci ha affibbiato. Dai.
LAPD. We'd like a word with you.
Save it for someone who's interested. They're fascists. Come to move us on and steal what little we have left.
6
Che
rounds.
cazzarola.
We need to stay for 7 rounds. We need to hold out for the cavalry battle.
How do we do that?
Like this. Buckshot, keep you down, son.
If you want your rightful share, we need to fight for it!
Red.
Killing made you feel powerful.
Prendi questo.
What's your name?
Comrade Stalin.
Very funny. We'll find out from your personal effects.
Stuart Ackerman.
You're under suspicion for murder, Ackerman. We're taking you downtown.
You can't do anything more to me than what the Japanese have already done.
The Kremlin's over here, Phelps. Toss it and see what you find.
Still working, Jack. I'm off to the Lighthouse Club in Santa Monica.
Hello, Jack. Mr. Benson, this is Courtney Sheldon. He's a buddy of mine from the war.
Well, I'm sure you two will want to polish some old war stories. Good evening, Jack. Mr. Sheldon.
Sì, cazzarola.
Good night, sir. Take a seat, Courtney. We need your help, Jack. I told you I would have nothing to do with that.
I'm fine too, Jack. Medical school's going well. I got a part-time job.
Do dope peddlers need part-time jobs?
We made a mistake and we're in trouble, Jack. A local gangster, Mickey Cohen, is putting on the squeeze.
So hand it over, walk away. What's stopping you?
We had a deal with them, that they would dole it out slowly. They said they would supply abortion clinics and doctors. But they've been moving it on to addicts. And they can't cope with the purity.
So your problem is with gangsters being dishonest.
My problem is that people are dying. And that if this gets back to us, we'll all end up in jail.
So how am I supposed to help, Courtney? This isn't the war. I can't just wave a magic wand and clean up your mess.
We want you to negotiate, Jack.
The only thing these guys understand is force, Sheldon. They got to the top back east by proving to be more vicious than the English, the Irish, and the Dutch. They make their own laws. That's the nature of a secret society. God's sake, Courtney, you want to be a doctor. How can you fight with that?
We are better trained, Jack.
I didn't make it through the war to come back to this kind of shit, Sheldon.
Dai, su.
This isn't.
Ackerman doesn't look like much of a dancer.
Ecco la corda. Tombola.
Looks familiar. Safe bet it'll match the mark under Teresa Terreldson's chin.
You know the way. You can drive.
The husband has an alibi, but no real motive other than neglect.
La corda insanguinata è lì, perciò vedrai che è lui per forza. Se poi ha dei precedenti per motivi sessuali, è lui per forza. Dai, viceversa. Su, forza, forza!
We're going this way.
Ackerman, you were in the Marines.
How do you know?
The Corps selected big guys for flamethrower duty. That's how you got the burns.
Life expectancy was 5 minutes for a guy in flamethrower detail. What kind of a government puts weight like that on a man's shoulders?
You'll get no argument from me. It was a heavy load.
You feeling sorry for this smelly fuck?
Contatto con la vittima.
A bus driver dropped Mrs. Terreldson near your camp around 2 a.m. Why did you take her up to the hill?
Which hill? I have many places. I go where I please.
You are clearly insane, Ackerman. The state of California does not execute mental patients.
I don't know the names of the women I've killed, but I've killed many of them. Their necks are so fragile.
Why did you kill Mrs. Terreldson?
I have no recollection of the people I have killed.
Are you denying that you strangled Mrs. Terreldson with a length of rope?
I'm not denying anything. You have to have proof, lackey.
We found a matching piece of rope in your lean-to. I think we'll find the blood will match too.
I own no property. How could it belong to me?
Stuart Ackerman, I am charging you with the murder of Teresa Terreldson.
A man down on his luck I can abide. But a filthy red who chooses to live outside the rules of society, I cannot stomach. Maybe poor Teresa Terreldson will provide the catalyst we need. I've spoken to the chief and the mayor, and I think it's time we send some men in to remove the godless and send them on their way over the county line. A grand day that will be, gentlemen. And a grand result you have brought me.
Meno male, sto volta
You
c'è
two
dalla
are fast
svegliata.
becoming my finest crusaders.
I crociati più valenti. Cazzo, la faccio. Caso chiuso. Indizi trovati 11 di 17, domande corrette 9 di 13. Danni ai veicoli 0, feriti 0, danni a proprietà 188. Caso chiuso, meritorio, però dai, meritorio, ogni testimone conta, anche il tassista, una delle ultime persone che ha visto Teresa Tarazza in viva, è vero, anche il è vero, del tassista non ci si era pensato. Però meritorio, 3 stelle, cazzo, il caso si è chiuso brillantemente stavolta.
And now
Don't leave me singing this torch song when I'm burning.
Morte di una segretaria. Studio Secretary Mark. Che è ubriaca.
Of course we will look into it. Yes, I'm aware that it's an election year. Keep a hold of your hat, Counselor. Now is not the time to lose your nerve. It would appear that someone has hocked a rose gold wedding ring and matching engagement ring. Sounds familiar?
Deirdre Muller.
Press the pawnbroker and see what you can find out. The address is 348 South Main Street. The Muller case goes before the grand jury next week, and the DA does not want any egg on his face. Then get out to the railroad depot on Santa Fe Avenue. We have another poor unfortunate found this morning beside the railroad line. 40-year-old white woman.
Right, Skipper.
Another body, and Deirdre Muller's ring. The Emperor may soon have to come to terms with the fact that he's wearing no clothes.
Exactly did you get that book of riddles shoved up your ass? Is that what your old man paid college tuition for?
Ok, prima andiamo al Monte dei Pegni.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes. You've got to admit, this is looking odd.
Anyone can pawn a ring.
But if you take it along with all of the...
How can I help you boys?
Detectives Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. You have a rose gold wedding and engagement ring?
David Bremner. Am I gonna get something for this pledge? Gave that bum money, now you guys are gonna leave me short.
How much did you give him?
$50?
Try another number.
20?
Try 10.
Diciamo 10,
Feel lucky,
10 volte
get
no.
it.
I have the rings right here.
What's this mark here?
Maker's mark. Usually traceable. That one came from Hartfield's Jewelry down on Broadway.
Thanks for the tip. Does this mark mean anything?
Hallmark. Gives you an idea of the quality.
What have you got on the guy who brought these in?
Goes by the name of Percy B. Shelley. Gave an address. 15 Poland Street, London, Tulare County.
Can you give us a description of the man who pawned these rings?
Not sure. Medium height, medium build, dark hair, I think. Sorry. He just had one of those forgettable faces.
We'll be in touch, Mr. Bremner.
You can drive.
We have a problem.
We could have the local troopers check out the Tulare County address.
The address is bogus. Purpose having fun with us.
guy who's been sending the Dahlia letters is also the guy who pawned me rings.
How do you figure that?
Percy Bysshe Shelley wrote the poem that came with the Dahlia letter. If the Dahlia letters are genuine, then the man who killed Elizabeth Short may have also killed your...
Può darsi che sia che ci abbia lasciato una falsa pista. Può essere, può essere. Mica scemo. Ma tanto prima o poi ti spiega.
You boys ready? Follow me.
We should keep this development with the rings under our hats, so to speak.
We're all on the same team, Rusty.
Chain of command, Phelps. The skipper will decide who needs to know. Got it?
I get it, Rusty. I just don't like it. Hart, isn't it?
Yeah. I look after all the rail depots.
What have you got?
The Negro, Nelson Gaines, called it in. I came down here to make sure him and the other guy, Jameson, stuck around.
Jameson found the body?
Something like that. Guy makes me sick.
We'll talk to the coroner. Keep an eye on both of them. What have we got here?
White female, approximately 40 years of age, lipstick smudges on the face, but no writing, at least nothing legible. Blunt force trauma to the temple, nose, and eye regions. Ligature marks point to the probable cause of death being strangulation.
Any idea of the time of death?
From her temperature, after midnight would be my guess.
Smell?
Very good. There is the usual evacuation smell, but it appears she's been living rough for quite some time.
Very strong smell of alcohol.
Well, the autopsy will tell, but I would assume that she was inebriated.
Nulla di rilevante. Manca la prima qui.
Certainly seems I've been swabbing a lot of bare fingers recently.
Can you be more exact about the time of death?
No later than 2 a.m. The state the body was in, a 1 or 2 hour window is the best I can do.
Blood splatter on the carriage. She must have been struck while standing up.
Cara Evelyn, spero che questa lettera ti trovi in condizioni migliori di quando ci siamo separate l'ultima volta.
Someone was trying to get her to come home. We could go over to the lot and see what they know about her.
That's gonna be difficult, Cole. Keystone Studio lot closed back in 41.
No, aspetta. Spara all'angolo.
Maybe someone at Mench's will remember her.
Una lista. Liquori. Sacco, capello, cuscino, lenzuolo. 3 cornici per fuori, spazio dei capelli, viene da questo effetto.
This is a chit for personal items, not booze. It's an angle worth investigating. Detective Phelps and Galloway, homicide. Can you tell me exactly what happened?
We were shunting cars over to the main line when I saw this man here lying on top of this woman. The woman wasn't moving and seemed to be in a bad way.
What time was this?
About 7:30 this morning, sir.
Thanks for your help. Have you given Patrolman Hart your details?
I have, sir.
Thank you. You can go now.
Dov'è il telefono?
Phelps, 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need an address on Levine's Liquor, closest store to the Santa Fe Avenue rail yard, if possible.
Just a moment, Detective. Closest store would be the one at 939 South Hope Street.
Thanks, ma'am.
Dunque, scena del crimine, Manchbar o negozio di liquori? Andiamo al negozio di liquori.
Can you drive to this one?
Read that those goddamn Chinese want to sell the relief food that we're sending?
Yeah, I read about that.
Those people are...
What can I do for you?
LAPD, Phelps and Galloway. We're making inquiries into the murder of Evelyn Summers.
Evelyn? She's dead?
You knew Evelyn Summers, Mr.
Robbins. Yes, I knew Evelyn. I was a good friend of her ex-husband. She kept some of her stuff here.
Can you show us, please?
Sure. Come this way.
You got some fine stock here, Mr. Robbins. Now, you let us taste you for the road, this case might get solved a lot quicker.
He's joking, Mr. Robbins.
She kept a bed here, but I probably shouldn't have let her. An alcoholic in a liquor store, that was never going to work out, was it?
We'll take a look around. I'm guessing Evelyn hadn't held down a job for quite some time before she was killed.
When exactly did Evelyn work in the pictures? A few years ago. She worked in legal copyrights for music.
Rollins bowling alley. Maybe Evelyn did something other than drink in her spare time.
Rollins. I know that place. Corner of 9th and Grand. A lot of cops bowl there on Tuesday nights.
She wasn't always such a loner. Evelyn was reading Aristotle?
Evelyn wasn't stupid. The only stupid thing about her was her need to drink.
Aspetta, l'oggetto.
And she was borrowing books from Grosvenor McCaffrey.
We're trying to account for Evelyn's movements yesterday.
She came by in the morning.
A social visit? To pick up some of her things?
She had a couple of bucks and bought a quart of rye.
Any idea where the money came from?
She didn't mention it, but she did say the booze was a present for a boy. She said they had been fighting and she had to make it up to him.
Were you and Evelyn close, Mr. Robbins?
Many people will be sad she's gone. I'll be one of the few.
When Evelyn bought the booze, did she say who she was meeting or where she was going?
A young drinking friend of hers, I think. Don't recall his name.
Do you know a friend of Evelyn's by the name of McCaffrey?
Not personally.
We're struggling for leads, Robbins. Did she know McCaffrey?
She idolized him. From what I gather, the feeling was far from mutual. He seems to peddle a revolutionary stance, fixing the ills of society. You can see how it would appeal to down-and-outs like Evelyn.
Thanks for your help, Mr. Robbins.
No problem. Hey, I'd like to make arrangements for the funeral. You think I could get in touch with Evelyn's mother?
Put in a call to the watch commander at Central Station, Mr. Robbins. He'll be trying to reach the next of kin.
Thanks. Get the guy, huh? Evelyn never hurt anybody.
O al match o al bullying. Proviamo al bullying.
You're behind the wheel.
È rimasto solo il bar del bullying dove indagare. C'è rimasto altro.
Hello, Rusty. Two on your usual lane?
I'm Detective Phelps. Homicide.
You must be new. What's your shoe size?
We're conducting an investigation, ma'am. Do you know the name Evelyn Summers?
Sounds like I should. Oh, maybe it could be Jimmy's friend.
Jimmy?
James Tierney. He's a pin setter. One day he introduced me to a lady after work. It stuck in my mind because she was much older, too old for him.
Where can we find Jimmy, Florence?
He'll be hopping around the lanes toward the back.
Thanks, ma'am. Let's go get him.
That's one heck of a Sunday.
Down the left side of the house.
Would you recommend the special, miss?
Tell the cook these were some good grits.
I didn't come to California to be a secretary.
Isn't he the cop they've been talking about on the radio? Want another commentation?
That cherry pie was deep.
I love these waitresses.
Ho capito, ma qual è?
I'm gonna make him take me to the picture
special of the
Non c'è
day.
niente.
She wants a five-star goddamn wedding.
What has socks on this year?
Ma dov'è? Io non ho capito capito che cazzo devo fare.
Any ideas? Help me out.
That's one heck of a Sunday.
Let's take it to the better days.
Follow the oil comes from
Tell the cook these were some good grits.
Going to church doesn't make you a Christian, any more than staying in the garage makes you a car.
I can't decide between the tuna fish and the chicken.
Would you recommend the special?
Don't know.
Understand you, but thousands would.
Wrinkled was not one of the things I wanted to be when I grew up.
Thought is because it's unfamiliar.
Non ho capito che devo fare.
She wants a 5-star guy.
You think talking is cheap? Try hiring a
Over
boy.
here, Rusty.
Keep your shirt on. Tommy.
Dov'è? Che
This
palle.
is a tasty burger.
You're the reason, brothers and sisters.
Madonna, oh. Che palle.
That's one heck of a Sunday.
Non mi dice niente, che devo
See the
fare?
cop they've been talking about on the radio?
Madonna santa, oh. Questo è
I'm at a loss.
Broad has socks on his ear.
Look, that's the latest thing.
Some people get lost in thought is because it's unfamiliar. As the cannibals finished off eating the clown, I said, tell the cook these were some good grits. Wrinkled was not one of the things I wanted to be when I grew up.
Te me ne vado, io non so che cazzo devo fare.
What is that?
Se vai, affanculo.
You know the way. You can drive.
Non fa vedere niente, c'è una sega. Ma vaffanculo, ragazzi. Che non essere sempre così complicati questi cazzi, porca puttana. Che palle quando è così. Oh, vado lì e nessuno è... No, poi ci deve essere la scena, ma non c'è. Cazzo, di che ne lì è. Che cazzo allora. Porca puttana, oh.
Drink, fellas.
Phelps, Galloway, homicide. We need to ask you some questions concerning Evelyn Summers.
I'm Walter Mensch. Evelyn Summers? What is it now?
You knew Evelyn?
As well as I wanted to know Evelyn. She's a pain in the ass, always coming in here, cadging drinks, never had any money. She was in just a couple of nights ago.
Did she ever tell you where she was staying?
I don't know. I think she was living rough. She had that kind of stunk about her.
Who did she drink with?
A bunch of these guys. Ask around.
What's your name?
Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Mind if I ask you some questions, Mr. McCaffrey?
I'm just a starving writer, detective. What do you want to ask about?
Evelyn Summers, and why she was found beaten and strangled in the rail depot on Santa Fe.
Okay. I see your point.
How well did you know her?
I can't say that I knew her. It was more like I was aware of her.
Do you have a criminal record, Mr. McCaffrey?
Nothing serious. I've had a few skirmishes.
Do you want to save me some time, or do you want me to look up your file?
Industrial disputes, strikes, workers' rights.
Diritti dei lavoratori, scioperi.
A regular fifth columnist. Nice to meet you, comrade.
You say you barely knew Evelyn?
Yes, that is correct.
I don't like you, McCaffrey. You look like someone who's trying too hard, like your whole life is some kind of performance. I think you need to give us something to get us out of your life.
I don't like you either, you pompous, stiff-necked patrician. You think I don't see through you and all the other minions of the ruling class?
Did you see Evelyn last night?
No, I was at home, writing.
I think you're lying, McCaffrey. You saw Evelyn last night.
Unless you're some kind of oracle, I think you're going to have a hard time proving that, detective. I've been helpful. I think it's time you and your colleague ran along.
McCaffrey, we're not finished with you. You had your chance to cooperate.
I'm stumped. Ideas?
I say we head back to Rollins. Details on this girl are pretty thin on the ground.
Forza, bisogna tornare lì.
You can drive.
McCaffrey era lì, ma tanto che cazzo deve fare lì?
Levin King.
A message from Captain Donnelly. Return to Central. Code.
Levin King, en route. Let's not keep the man waiting, Phelps.
E andiamo alla centrale allora. Sarà già un'oretta e 13 di gameplay, madonna buona. E che sti casi sono lunghi e arrabbiati, madonna. Ma veramente lunghi e arrabbiati. Oddio. Mi ha prestato il libro, però non ci sta tante prove stavolta per incastrare qualcuno.
The captain is downstairs with Ray Pinker and Carruthers.
Lindo.
He's dull as dishwater. I'm not with him.
What's this about, Captain?
Ray and Mal have some concerns over the Henry and Muller cases, which I don't want aired outside of this room.
The evidence is solid, Captain.
I agree, Rusty. It's just that corpses keep piling up.
Copycats.
I've been banging the same drum. But the notes and the lipstick messages.
Evelyn Summers, Cartel Classic Carmine. Each woman, same brand, same color.
Teresa Tarleton didn't have a lipstick message.
Technically, you're right, Rusty. She didn't have any lipstick, but she did have a message. We found it beneath her dress, scraped with a sharp stick.
What did it say?
You sure you want to know?
Ray?
As far as we can be sure, it said cunt PD.
That's one way of looking at it.
Looking at what?
Cunt is all about access, Phelps. You're married, yours is mortgage. Some of us like to pay by installments. This guy doesn't like to pay at all.
Why are you so angry, Mal?
Because I just had to fire one of my assistants. He was a friend of Jameson's. God knows what he might have been up to.
Captain, we have good leads in the Summers case, but it's up to you to decide how we proceed.
Keep this under your hat for now. And follow up on Evelyn Summers. I want daily reports.
We got our orders. Back to the Summers case. Get an address for McCaffrey. He'll have blown the bar. I'll meet you outside.
Sapessi in due al telefono, accidente. Non due era al telefono, accidente quando non lo trovo mai il telefono. C'era da una parte ci deve essere il telefono, però non so dove. Me lo segnala qui ma non ho capito dov'è. Ah, qui, eccolo.
Operator, give me R&I.
Putting you through now.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need an address for a Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Grosvenor McCaffrey. Apartment 6, 126 Yale Street, between Ord and Alpine.
Thanks for your help.
Mouthpiece pushed.
Allora.
You're behind the wheel.
Let me pose a question. Pens, what's it got to do with it? Morals. Would it bother you to put the wrong person away?
Depends.
On what?
On whether anyone except the poor son of a bitch in the slam.
On KTI.
Cazzarola, cazzarola, cazzarola. Aspetta, bisogna leggere la cartella per sapere il numero dell'appartamento.
McCaffrey is in apartment 6.
Ok, appartamento 6, no, perché mi ricordavo a che piano era. C'è un ascensore o ne fare le scale? Ah, 5, 6, deve essere di qua allora. Cazzo è, madonna.
Doesn't look like anybody's home.
Terrible shame. Means there's nobody to let us in. You want to do the honors, Phelps?
Any ideas?
Search the place, Phelps. We're looking for something solid that ties McCaffrey to the crime scene.
Not everything here is going to be relevant.
Ah, l'altra lettera strappata. Tombola.
Torn from the letter we found beside the body. At the very least, I'd say it ties McCaffrey to the scene.
I don't think so.
Oh, tubo insanguinato. Maremma quando non riesco a leggere.
He said he was at home. He said he didn't know her. And we had the book.
Let's see Carruthers argue his way out of this one.
Is that you, Grosvenor? Who are you guys? What are you doing in
We're
here?
from the LAPD, ma'am. Do you know where we might find McCaffrey?
I'm his neighbor. Is he in trouble?
Look, lady, we need to find him, and in a hurry. Are you gonna give me trouble?
He has a pigeon coop up on the roof. He spends his mornings up there when he's been drinking.
How do we get up there?
Down the hall and up the stairs.
Drunk and in command of a carrier pigeon. Surely we can write him up for that. A citation at least.
I heard he's an honest cop. Now that's an oxymoron for you.
McCaffrey. Running on a hangover, McCaffrey? Sit down and we'll talk.
Madonna, oh. Dove è sceso? Madonna, oh, quando non riesco. Come ci arrivo? Dove cazzo è andato? Ah, che cazzo, ditelo che c'è le scale. Bastardo.
You a runner, McCaffrey? Stay and fight the good fight.
Dai che ti becco!
McCaffrey, you're under arrest on suspicion of murdering Evelyn Summers.
Anche perché vedrai c'è il tubo e la camicia insanguinata, perciò è stato lui per forza. E ora? Perché mi fate ripartire da qui? Stazione centrale di polizia, ovvio, bisogna andare a interrogarlo.
Can you drive to this one?
Sì, è stato lui per forza. Vedrai, c'è il tubo insanguinato, la camicia insanguinata, è lui per forza.
Phelps, there's a crime happening somewhere. Go find it.
Guy gave his wife a tag.
Scusa, dove devo andare? Madonna, oh, ma perché ci mai? Madonna, oh, ma perché? Dio santo. Ma scusa. Allora scusa, dove cazzo l'hanno portato? Che cazzo è, madonna? No.
Going to church doesn't make you a Christian, any more than staying in the garage makes you a
Ma perché quando è così? Che cazzo devo fare?
A skeleton goes into a bar and orders a beer and a mug.
Ne manco qui, ma che cazzo devo fare, oh? Palle, oh. Qui c'è niente. Scusa, non dovevo interrogare il sospetto. Ma vaffanculo, quando è così, guarda, mi viene via schiaffi. Che devo fare? Madonna santa. Che palle. Cosa devo fare? Non è che io non so veramente cosa fare. Ma che palle, oh, quando è così. Rottura di coglioni.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
Che palle. Uffa, che palle.
You're lost in my eyes.
24 hours in a day, 24 beers in a case. See him?
Sorry.
The nice thing about egos is they don't talk about other people.
Help me out.
Well, the kid is in back somewhere. Let's pick him up.
Sul retro dove?
This is a case.
Ma vaffanculo. Allora, Maremma maiala.
That cherry pie was
Tiernan, LAPD.
No, il segmento no, vaffanculo.
There.
Immaginavo.
What are you waiting for? Get after him!
We might go faster if we weren't carrying the extra weight. These are flashy cars to be parked outside a bowling alley.
The lanes attract a fast-living individual with money to burn.
Or a middle-aged individual with the need to feel virile.
Phelps, you gotta get me closer!
Hit him! Clean this asshole off the road.
Another runner. Well, at least we've got a suspect.
Why do they always run? I'm sure we've got the wrong person in more than one of these homicides, but they always...
No, your theories are not airtight by any means.
Dai, dove è andato, madonna buona?
This isn't the killer, we can at least get him for reckless endangerment.
That's unless he runs into the wall and
Dove è
saves
andato
himself in
ora?
trouble.
Ma vaffanculo. L'ho perso, l'ho perso, vaffanculo, madonna, oh. Ma che palle. Ma che palle, oh. Madonna, quanto li odio sti inseguimenti di merda. Quanto li odio. Che palle, veramente che palle. Inseguimenti di merda proprio, di merda.
Tiernan, LAPD! There!
What are you waiting for? Get after him!
We might go faster if we weren't carrying the extra weight. These are flashy cars to be parked outside a bowling alley.
The lanes attract a fast-living individual with money to burn.
Or a middle-aged individual with the need to feel virile.
Keep it steady and I'll try to bust his tires. Hit him, Cole. Spin him out. Don't
go to sleep.
Dai che mi scappa, madonna buona! Puttana della maiala, puttana!
Why do they always run? I'm sure we've got the wrong person in more than one of these homicides, but they always seem to lam it.
You know, your theories are not airtight by any means.
Hit it! Clean this asshole off the road.
If this isn't the killer, we can at least get him for reckless endangerment.
That's unless he runs into a wall in the same...
Give it up, LAPD!
Porca puttana, sti inseguimenti del cazzo! Quanto li odio!
We need to get downtown and wrap this thing up. It's gotta be the cafe.
Ma va.
Unless Tiernan set him up. You don't think that asshole Jameson could have done it, do you? Whoever did it. At least it wasn't that Dahlia fuck.
How do you know that McCaffrey didn't do the Dahlia?
We have a list of over 200 suspects. His name was never on it.
If you think the list is exhaustive, Rusty, who am I to...
Si farà stavolta, eh? Speriamo bene. Incrociamo le dita.
You sure you can make it stick with one of these suspects, Jeff?
It's either McCaffrey or Tiernan, sir. I think Jameson is an aberration.
All right. I'll deal with that degraded lunatic myself. He's got some fearful retribution coming. Tiernan isn't one, McCaffrey isn't two. I want a confession from one of them. Don't fail me, young fellas.
Tiernan or McCaffrey?
Guy gave his wife a tap. I'd say all's fair in love.
Quell'altro non era la stanza però. Madonna oh, ma non ci capisco mai un cazzo.
You ready to answer some questions?
You think I have all the answers?
People who run from the police usually have something to hide.
Touché, detective. Let's see where this takes us.
You told us you barely knew Evelyn Summers.
She hung around sometimes. I had very little to do with her.
You have to do better than that, Governor. We know about you and Evelyn.
Evelyn was a lush and a boring one at that. You can't link her to me. Seems there's a serious gulf between what you think you know and what you actually do, detective.
Evelyn died sometime around midnight. Remind me, where were you?
I was at home, writing. I'm working on a manuscript.
You're lying, McCaffrey. You were out at the rail yard.
And what do you have that proves I was there? You're going to have to do better than that, detective.
It's either going to be you or Tiernan, Grosvenor.
Make it stick, detective. The party has good lawyers.
I say we bust in there and find the goddamn evidence.
I think his name is Phelps. He brought in that case.
palle, che palle!
Straight through the red light. Said she never saw it.
Marimma, oh, dove questa? No. Oh, Marimma, ma perché non trovo mai le stanze?
Why did you run, Tiernan?
I was the last one to see Evelyn that night. I knew you would think it was me.
Aristotle's Metaphysics, the book that belonged to McCaffrey.
McCaffrey saw her looking at it once and laughed in her face.
And you're saying Evelyn stole it?
She wanted something of his.
We either hang this on you or McCaffrey. You better give us something.
Well, McCaffrey's been in trouble with the law before. I mean, he always makes out it was some kind of labor dispute, but, you know, I'm not so sure.
Can you describe your relationship with Evelyn?
I barely knew Evelyn.
Sounds like half an answer to me, Tiernan. Were you sleeping with her?
That's none of your business.
Do you own a car, Tiernan?
No, I don't.
Have access to a lug wrench?
No, we use a lot of them to clear jams in the pin setting machines.
I want the truth. I think you broke into McCaffrey's apartment and planted a lug wrench there.
I didn't do that, and there's no way you can prove any different. As hard as this is for you to contemplate, I really loved Evelyn. She was kind and gentle to me.
You and Evelyn were drinking together last night, and she had no other place to stay.
I don't know what happened last night. I don't remember.
You're lying, Tiernan. You'd been fighting with her. You fought, and...
I'm not lying! She got up and left, that was it!
You're off the hook, for now.
If you don't give me some reason to think differently about this, Tiernan, I'm gonna have to go to the DA.
I drank half a bottle of scotch. I don't remember a goddamn thing.
Evelyn was missing a ring from her right hand.
That's strange. She always wore it. Big black circular disc with a white E in the middle. It was made from an old typewriter key, present from the prop department of her old movie studio.
We're going to talk to McCaffrey. You need to think about what you've told us, Tiernan. You're not in the clear.
Non è pulito, ma come cazzo? Allora. Perché il telefono? Perché dovrei usare il telefono? Non ho capito.
Operator, message for KGPL.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need the jacket on a Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Just a moment, Detective. McCaffrey was formerly under surveillance by the Red Squad. Conviction for petty theft. Dishonorable discharge from the Army during training at Syracuse. Assault on a local woman. Says he almost beat the woman to death.
Thanks.
Allora.
You were in the war?
Yes, I was. Seeing the things that I saw, it changes a man. I came back here determined to change things. All I wanted was a pen. and an opportunity to speak out.
You told us before that you had only minor run-ins with the police. You didn't mention petty theft.
I've never been in trouble for violence. That's the salient point here, isn't it?
You're lying, McCaffrey. You have a history of violence towards women.
How do you turn a couple parking tickets and a petty theft misdemeanor into an assault charge?
Ma nell'impegno lì viene dal sospetto pezzi di scelle, vita vagabonda, anello scomparso.
We know all about you and your dishonorable discharge, beating some poor woman near to death in Syracuse. You've never been in combat, McCaffrey. Your whole life is a fraud.
She was a goddamn peasant whore. She tried to steal from my wallet. I could have fought for this country. I could have.
You beat her because she stole from you, because she tried to outsmart you.
The ignorant audacity of the bitch. What is a man supposed to do?
Beccato,
Sit down
beccato,
and take it?
bastardo.
How is a man supposed to call himself a man?
And Evelyn Summers, a poor, drunken nobody, stole your book.
And she got what was coming to her.
Beccato.
Governor McCaffrey,
Incrimina!
I'm charging you with the
Ti
murder of
accuso
Evelyn
dell'omicidio di Evelyn
Summers.
Summers.
She was a sad lady who never hurt anyone except herself. I hope God finds a way to forgive you.
Congratulations, boys, you bagged the fine catch. Another man to boot.
È stato difficile però, cazzo,
I want you to put this business about a repeat offender out of your mind.
Cazzarola.
This McCaffrey creature shows no remorse, and neither will the grand jury. You would have to walk a long mile to find a better candidate for an unmarked plot in a prison graveyard.
Stavolta si è fatto un bel lavoro, caro McCaffrey. Stavolta ti ho inchiodato. Grandi, grandi, grandi. Caso risolto. Caso chiuso. Indizi trovati 14 di 17, Danni veicoli 0, feriti 0. Grosso Reginald McCaffrey può scrivere le sue memorie da una cella nei bracci della morte. Meritorio, 3 stelle. E vai, grande, vai così.
We have lost most of Shaughnessy and Dunn's squad. The gunny is dead, first platoon is in worse shape. That medic is either crazy or the bravest man alive.
Then we rally with the first and try for the Nambus.
It's sheer to the left. To the right, it goes right through a pass with 2 Nambus and enfilade. We can lose everyone.
Lieutenant! Get back off this fucking bridge! They'll start walking the mortars back to their own positions! We only have minutes! I'm in charge here, Sergeant! Get your men off the bridge, Lieutenant! What's your unit, Sergeant? We don't have time for this, Lieutenant! What's your unit, Sergeant? I company 22nd Marines, Lieutenant, and we just saved your ass by fording the river. My orders are to reconnoiter the... I think that point is now moot! You have 10 men left! My orders are to save what's left! Move out!
Quarto di luna.
Well done, lads. You did well with the Summers case. But we have a problem. The examiner received a new letter today.
Un'altra lettera, che cazzo, basta con tu sei il killer di merda.
Go right ahead.
Un'altra lettera, vamo.
They've both been rinsed in gasoline
Sono
like the
state
previous
infuse di
letter,
benzina
so I
perché non è
can't
possibile
lift the
trovare
print.
impronte, è chiaro, mica scemo. Fica, BD, trovami dove mi sono nascosto.
No one else but the killer knew about this message.
Alzai gli occhi meravigliati al cielo mentre ancora la musica scampanava a distesa. Mi nascosi dentro una fontana nella pubblica piazza, ove giacqui come il riflesso della luna. Visto in un'onda sotto foglie verdi, brano di Shelley.
Another snippet
Un
from
altro
the
brano
show.
del dramma di Shelley. Gli piace il dramma di Shelley? Si dà il potere che sembra onnipotente. Ha mai sopportato e sperare finché la speranza crea? Dal suo stesso naufragio l'oggetto che contempla. Non cambiare, né esitare né pentirsi. Questo, come la tua gloria, titano e essere, buoni, grandi, gloriosi, splendidi e liberi. Questo soltanto è vita, gioia, impero e vittoria.
To suffer woes,
Soffrire
which
quelli
hope
che anche la
thinks
speranza
infinite.
paiono infinite,
To
perdonare
forgive
tanti
wrongs
oscuri
darker
della
than
morte e della
death or
notte. Che
night.
cazzo.
If the note is from the Dahlia maniac, he definitely also killed Teresa Terrell.
Mal and I agree.
But where does that leave us? If this is the Dahlia killer, and he is responsible for the Tarrelson murder, not to mention the Muller...
Hang on a moment, Skipper.
Let me finish, Rusty. We have 5 birds in hand and none in the bush.
Abbiamo 5
The
uova oggi
department will
nessuna
not
gallina
survive the
domani.
scandal if we have to let them all go without catching a fiend first.
Senza prima aver preso
Your
il
careers would be
figlio.
over for a start.
Dai.
Looking in wonder.
Ah, fuck it. I knew this run was too good to be true.
I hid myself within a fountain in the public square.
You like that stuff? What is it supposed to mean?
It's supposed to. Forget what it's supposed to. What does he want?
Where are you going with this, Cole?
He's obviously taunting us. He believes he's far more intelligent than we are.
Okay, it's some kind of story, right? A guy that God hates, chains him up.
It's an allegory, Rusty.
What story with 2 meanings? A symbolic meaning. But that's what he wants us to think.
Could he be using it literally? Within a fountain in a public square? Could it be that easy?
Can somebody tell me what the fuck is going on?
The fountain in Pershing Square. Come on, we have a clue. Captain? Thanks, Red.
Be careful, Phelps. This is his game you're playing now.
Beh, ok, giocare con serial killer, oddio. È vero che c'è una pista, però insomma, non è così semplice, Comunque, indaghiamo a pezzi square, indaghiamo. No, indaghiamo nel prossimo gameplay, perché ora l'ho fatto un po' lungo, ora mi fermo qui anche perché c'è un'ora e 48 di gameplay. Comunque, se vi è piaciuto questo nuovo gameplay, mi raccomando ragazzi, lasciate un like, naturalmente commentate, perché il killer della Dahlia Nera si fa sempre più interessante. Perciò mi raccomando ragazzi, continuate a seguirci, mandateci il vostro supporto, continuando a seguirci iscrivendovi al canale. A presto per un nuovo video.